Hello everybody and welcome to JGod Gaming. Today's video is going to be all about the best class setup for the MG42. I don't think I've really done a video on this weapon in a while. It is a great LMG and it has a really nice time to kill, especially when you have the right attachment. So let's get a little bit into the class setup and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the gameplay going on in the background. I did cut it a little bit short just so it gets to a little bit of the better parts where I do go on a little bit longer streaks. So if you're not familiar with the channel, normally what I like to do is break down some gameplay as well as give you the best class setup. I do a little bit of half and half, and while I'm breaking down the gameplay, I give you tips and tricks and provide some tips around how to use the weapon more effectively, because every weapon has its own little characteristics and you do want to maximize your kills. You're going to want to make sure you do things a certain way. So let's go ahead and get into the class setup. So for the MG42, what you're going to want to do is run rapid fire, extended mags, and then a reflex sight. Personally, I'm not a fan of the iron sights. If you wanted to swap that out, the other swap out you could do is for FMJ or for a grip, especially if you're gonna run into gridiron, you're gonna shoot someone with the ball, or you want that extra bullet penetration. FMJ is a good way to go. And then as far as recoil control, the weapon doesn't have a ton of recoil, so the grip will help out a little bit, but at the end of the day, I would still prefer a nice little clean sight to have other than the iron sights. But that second option and the first option of rapid fire and extended mags, definitely a priority. If you are enjoying the video so far, do remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you got those notifications on. So here's what I go into the gameplay, and hopefully you stick around for this part and just enjoy the map and see kind of how I play using the weapon. Normally with this weapon, you're going to want to engage at medium to long sight lines, because typically with an LMG, you don't want to be too mobile, so you want to be able to post up, have a good area of denial so you can actually see a long sight line, and then just block off people so you can actually control where they're spawning, where they're moving, and then just hit them really good. For this map in particular, I do prefer this mid area where B is, because once you've already capped it, you got a strong head glitch where you can actually step on this ledge, peek over, get a good 4-shot time to kill where you just melt them. The rate of fire is so good, it's so nasty with this weapon. You're actually going to shred and melt people consistently. I'd love to know in the comments section what your thoughts are on this weapon. Go ahead and let me know if this is a similar class setup you've used or there's something else you'd use. I know for this specific class, one of the things that's really nice to use this in is hardcore, just because LMGs have that one-shot kill potential at all range basically in hardcore. So if you take this into hardcore, it's an absolute melt machine because it just takes that one shot to kill pretty much at all ranges. Has an incredibly high fire rate with 100 ammo capacity. It's pretty disgusting if you're going to use that in hardcore. I know this is a fan favorite from some of my subscribers. They always mention that in the comments when they're talking about this weapon. It's just the absolute beast. So right here you can see I'm pre-aiming, absolute melt that guy and melt the guy off the turret. A lot of times just map positioning. We already got A. We do want to kind of push forward. I end up getting killed there thinking I'm safe on that side. The guy runs right through middle, non-stop, not even worried about anything. The bouncy Betty doesn't get him because I was focused on that. I ended up dying off like a 25 streak there. Not a gun streak, a 25, but overall it was a 25 streak or so. And then I come around just trying to get map control again, because like I always talk about in all my videos, map control is prioritized over anything when it comes to objective gameplay, because you're going to win more matches when you have better control of the map. You can see right there, I absolutely melted one guy. It's just unfortunate that the other guy lasered me, or I probably would have got both of them. But there's plenty of instances you'll see in this map where the gun does excel on this map. Even though I'd probably more likely use a rifle on this map or even an SMG, and then just choose my sight lines according to the strengths of the weapon. For this one, longer sight lines are still perfectly fine if you just choose them aggressively. Right there, I'm kind of rushing around the corner expecting there's someone to be there. I should have been pre-aiming. This guy actually killed me back to back right in spawn. So it's kind of a bad positioning. I'm like, what the heck? How's this guy running right through? It spawned me almost in his line sight. I walked out, and the spawn, sometimes you do get a bad spawn, even though I have an idea where all the spawns are pretty much on every map at all times. I'm right here. I'm going. You can see the guy just skipping. So the lobby wasn't perfect by any means, and I knew there was a guy in the house. I just approached that really badly for this weapon, because again, like I said, you want those medium to longer sight lines. So I should approach this side, gone around where C is, gone into the bunker, peeked in so I can have a longer sight line into that house. Right there, absolutely, the gun just shreds. And I'm not saying that just to sound like a catchy word. The gun actually does shred. And you're going to see right here, I do come around, and then I actually peek that dude, knowing that he's on the head glitch, because for whatever reason, he wanted to sit there a good amount of time, and I get hit again. And I'm like, dang, man, I gotta reapproach this a different way, because sometimes people do camp on the map, and that's just the way it goes. You can see we're triple capping. These guys absolutely do not care about the objective at all. They don't care about map control. So it's just one of those maps where you're just going around, just trying to go for kills, because at the end of the day, they're not winning no matter what they do, and they're not really trying either. So right here, I know there's another guy. I kind of strafe out, take him out, easy kill, put Bouncing Betty, thinking that the spawns are still on that side, so I can come around and offer support on this side. Man, does that guy really love his little head glitching LMG mounted turret, man. It's just ridiculous sometimes the way people play. But that is Call of Duty World War II. The game is amazing if you factor out all the negative toxic behavior that people exhibit. These turrets shouldn't even be on this map. They're not in competitive play. They've been completely removed. So why is that the scenario? This one is such a crazy little play. I get kind of trapped. I'm kind of repositioning, trying to take this guy out. A lot happens in this little clip right here, but the gun, I am excelling with it. Making sure this is a good little head glitch sightline right here. As soon as someone steps out, you got a really good clean shot. They destroy my teammate, so I'm already expecting them to be there. Absolutely shred. I know there's someone right behind me over by the house. There's a couple people crossing through mid. So I back up just a little bit. I know I'm getting close to another streak, but since we're triple capping, pretty much the match goes so dang quick. I get a kill there, pretty easy. And then I already know they're going to be coming around. If they kill my team, they do. Kind of got to rotate back and forth. It looks like the spawns are starting to flip. They should be over by the seaside because you see they're capping that. So I got to kind of be prepared for them to still come through here if someone popped up. So I got to kind of watch both sides, which gets a little tricky. And that's just the nature of the game. There is some unpredictability to it. There are people that camp in random spots. They use certain unorthodox weapon choices. They sit in corners with shotguns. They sniper in their spawn. They don't move with mountains, so you can't even see them. Their whole goal is basically to get 8 kills, 8 deaths, and they're perfectly fine with that for a 10-20 minute match. For me, that's just not enough. Right here, I got teammates all around. I'm hoping somebody will kill this guy. And luckily, I luck out because I was one shot away from death. I do have firebombing run. We're already triple capping, like I said, so the match is going to end pretty quickly. I don't really like doing really long matches, but I think I exhibited the weapon's ability to just laser people with these set of attachments. Again, that's extended mags, rapid fire, and a reflex sight. But like I mentioned, you can obviously swap out the reflex sight if you don't have a problem with iron sights for FMJ or for grip. And that's pretty much the match. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and remember to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, turn those notifications on, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.